Ukrainian President Zelensky is warning of a potential nuclear disaster today. He gave a major address to the United Nations General Assembly, saying he's concerned Russia is planning to attack his country's nuclear power plants and disconnect them from the energy grid. Zelensky also had this impassioned plea, hoping to rally global support for Ukraine.
I want peace for my people, real peace and just peace. And I'm asking for your support from all nations of the world. We do not divide the world. I ask the same of you, do not divide the world. Be united nations.
All right, Zelensky's address to world leaders comes just before he meets with President Biden to discuss what Zelensky calls his victory plan for the war. It's expected to include his request for permission to use long-range missiles for airstrikes deep inside Russia. With us now is the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, William Taylor. Bill, good to see you. I guess I want to talk about that long-range missile issue in just a moment. But J.D. Vance, Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate, was asked earlier today on a call with reporters if Ukraine should cede land in exchange for ending the war. Vance said, quote, "Everything is going to be on the table. Nothing is going to definitely be on the table." He says that's why you have a negotiation, especially with a guy who is as skilled as Donald Trump. Bill, I mean, you worked in this region. You know it so well. What would this involve? Ceding land and some sort of peace deal with Putin. I mean, it sounds like that's what Putin wants.
It's clearly what Putin wants.
Yeah.
Putin has made it very clear, Jim, what he wants is to take back Ukraine, back into the Soviet Empire, back into the Russian Empire. That's what he has said he is after. He says that there is no such thing as Ukraine, so he can just take it back. So that's what he wants. And President Zelensky is the president of a real nation, of a sovereign nation, has borders that everybody recognizes, and he is not going to give up on those borders. He has said, Jim, that there are ways to get that back, to get the Russians out, and part of that is militarily, and that has to do with these long-range fires and other things we'll talk about, but it also has to do diplomatically. And diplomatically, he has said he's never going to give up claim to those internationally recognized borders.
Because that could just open up a Pandora's box, not just
all
for
over
Ukraine,
the world,
but
not
for
just
Europe.
Exactly right.
China, everything
Africa,
else.
exactly right.
Yeah, and Zelensky meets with Biden and Harris this week to lay out what he calls his victory plan. Part of that, I assume, involves the Biden administration giving the green light to Zelensky to use these long-range missiles. We hear this talked about. Why is that important? Why is that critical to all of this?
It's critical in order to disrupt the Russian ability to continue their attack. I mean, they are taking off from airfields now. They've moved some of their airplanes back away from these long-range missiles, but they have ammo dumps that we've seen the Ukrainians go after successfully as well. This ability to shoot deep will disrupt the Russians' ability to attack Ukraine.
Do you think they should do it? Do you think the administration should do this?
I absolutely do. Yeah. My sense is they're close to that decision. Mm-hmm. They've been sending those signals for a couple of weeks now that they're looking at it very carefully. I think they're real close.
Well, and what was your response to what Zelensky was talking about at the United Nations today? I mean, he was almost issuing sort of a nuclear emergency. What did you take away from that?
I took away that he is sounding the alarm. He's bringing the attention of the world back to this fight that the Russians are doing. It's very serious if the Russians are going to attack a nuclear power plant.
You don't take this as bluster?
I don't take it as bluster on the part of Zelensky, no. I mean, I'm sure he has. We know that the Russians have attacked all of the electricity generation operations, and they haven't yet gone after the nuclear power plants. Zelensky is saying that could be next.
And a new aid package and potential billions more are on the way before the end of the month. How critical is that money right now for the Ukrainians?
It's critical. Both the military weapons, ammunition is important. It needs to continue to come. But as critical is the funds for the government of Ukraine to keep going, to have first responders, for hospitals, for doctors. That's important for the government to continue.
And one thing that we've seen in all of this is how brave and courageous the Ukrainians have been since all of this got started. It's just
Jim,
been
right, I
remarkable to
keep
watch.
track. They've been fighting now for 944 days. 944 days. That's a long time to be fighting the Russians.
And still taking the fight to the
And
Russians.
still taking the fight to them.
All right, Ambassador William Taylor, as always, thank you so much.